Hi, this is BB. Um, I've been thinking of this woman and what this could possibly mean. Um, from what I gather, because I've known her before, all of this started becoming apparent to me, which was around last year, June, when they started sitting around my house and tormenting me in my house to push me out, which they did because I moved. Now, she has this from the things she's saying. She has like this cover story for herself. She has like this thing where she has to live in this surreal world with this make believe story. She'll be saying things like how everything affects her. What's the story? What's the story and how it affects her? Like it's being in my head has taught her some bad habits. Now, what the hell is she doing in my head to begin with? Only her, God, and her boyfriend knows. Because in my opinion, that's a retaliation. She does mess with the cat. That's how she retaliates. If I had a child here, she would do the same thing. She would do the same thing. I have no doubt that she would do the same thing. Yes, Mama, I'm aware. The thing is, she has this thing where she's thinking, like she's in my head. She's picked up bad habits that being in my head. Now, I don't know what she's doing in my head in the first place, but like she's all the wrong things that she has done, she has found it in somebody else's head. Now, why is she head hopping? Why is she going from person's heads to person's head and picking up all their bad habits or what she sees in their heads, their fantasies, their dreams, their aspirations? Even if you have an aspiration to be the biggest gangster or serial killer, it doesn't matter. She seems to have a habit of picking up all the most obscene ones. There's nothing good in there that she can pick up. Well, how come she always seems to find people who are completely evil to crawl their heads? How does she find us? Let's just go with that theory. How would she go about finding us? Do we wear an invisible sign that only she, in her esteemed psychic ability, can find? Does an angel point us out to her? Does a demon point us out to her? How does she find us? What is her system here to find people like me? The bad eggs of society, the horrible ones. Let's just go, we're going with that theory that she may want to have. So every bad thing she does, she learned it from somebody's head, but yet she continues. Now, who the hell is telling her to go in people's heads? I have a fear of driving. I have never ever driven a car. I've never put the key in the ignition and turn it. Don't have a license. I can't even ride a bicycle on the street. I freeze. My biggest fear about that is being on the freeway, about driving, freezing, not being able to move, and cause massive accidents and people's deaths. This is why I don't do it. Because imagine me on the freeway and I'm frozen. Suddenly something happened and I'm frozen and I can't move anymore. What's going to happen to the people behind me? There's going to be a massive accident happening. I think she's still driving. From what I left in California, she was driving. She didn't pick up that fear. She only conveniently, what does she tell people? What is she picking up? In my head and other people's head, because I know, come on, For me to believe that I'm the only one she's done this to, let's get real now. That's impossible. That's that's an impossibility. That's impossible. That's impossible. So looking at this for what it is, is she's looking and she's finding all these things like it's everybody's fault, you know? Like she's a child, a growing, impressionable child. She's in her 30s. And she's wondering, how it's like she's blaming me for doing what she's doing to me. And I'm still wondering how. How? I mean, I used to be in her corner when she used to live next door to me, or when I used to live next door to her. I used to be in her corner. I thought she was being abused by the boyfriend. I used to send her text messages where I used to tell her, you can be to or have anything. You know? You're your own champion. You're your own heroine. None of that permeated, none of that penetrated her head. That's my predominant thoughts about myself or any woman or any man. People should be happy and safe anywhere and everywhere. That doesn't permeate her head. She doesn't see that as an option. She can't pick that one. She will put her own evil, bring her own evil, and say she's finding it in my head or other people's heads that she crawled. That doesn't seem fair to people like me, her victims. I just don't know how she finds us. What is their system? What do they do to find people like me? The only thing I can think of, since they're into this stupid and crazy kick, they're into this stupid and crazy, they're looking for people who might exhibit mental health disabilities, who might, if they're maybe working with some kind of, or they're hacked into some type of like a mental health facility database. I don't know. In 2013, I was parked, as Les Brown would say. I just had gotten lazy. I went from being what you call depressed to being lazy. I became unmotivated. I didn't want to leave the house to go outside and do anything. I became what I termed almost agoraphobic. The thought of leaving the house filled me with dread. The thought of leaving the room that I was in filled me with dread. Dread. I called it laziness. So I went to the doctor and told the doctor I need something from to help me get motivated. That's all. Just to get this negativity blanket off me and get motivated. That's the word I use. So, and she prescribed me something. And it did help. Because it balanced me from being this feeling of dread all the time, of leaving the house. Not dread of going out and killing people or being a serial killer or something like that. No. I was just pooping on my own head because I could barely feed myself and my cat. That was me doing that. But then it helped because I went out and I got a job. And I got myself steadily on my feet since then. So, I don't know if they're looking in some kind of medical database to find. I don't know what they're doing. What's she and the boyfriend's system of finding people like me, and why? They have stolen stuff from me. That to begin with, they've stolen those stamps. My mama's belongings are missing as well. In fact, everything is completely missing. My grandma, I don't know why this woman did this. She kept my umbilical cord. She kept my first haircut. That's all missing. Now, if a thief went into that wardrobe to steal something, they're not going to steal an umbilical. They'll be like, ugh, grossed out. They're not going to want to even touch it. Why? Why is it? Why everything is missing? Everything in the wardrobe is missing. It's all missing. Like, what happened here? It's kind of hard for me to believe that's all missing. My mama's stuff is missing from the US, from the same country. And all this is happening to me. There has to be a connection here. If not, then something really is wrong. Why are they doing this? What's their angle? They want to, okay, live stream me and have pay-per-view shit. So then somebody else stole those stamps and stole everything that was in the wardrobe I grew up with? I don't know. I find that hard to believe. I find it hard to believe. And I have a feeling, I don't know, I have a theory that people who commit suicide around them that they know of had a little help. That's just my theory. They might have had a little help. From what's happening to me, I have no doubt in my mind about that. And I will say it out loud in a courtroom if I have to. That's my belief. Something is wrong here. Very, very wrong with all of this. Because if they know this, they know how my mind would work. They know how the cops or the law officials will see it. It's one of two things here. And yet they're persisting to do this to me. It's one of two things. It's either they're confident that I'm going to die from it, or they're confident the police is not going to take me seriously, or they're going to get away with it. How can they be this confident after all of this and they're still pushing? Because they have done this before. They have done this before. They know this rodeo. They know how it works. They don't take us seriously. Because I'm looking at, it's been a year and a half that I've been aware this is happening to me. I've been vocal for the past 6 months or more. Very vocal on YouTube. I'm actually communicating with somebody in the government. But it's not stopping her. It's not stopping her. Is either she's very confident that she's going to kill me before anybody does take me seriously, or she's that stupid. And I don't think she's that stupid. If she were that stupid, they couldn't have made it this long. They cannot be that stupid. I think it's the confidence level that they are going to kill me at some point here soon. That's what I think. I don't see any way where they're trying to blackmail me. I don't see the blackmail here. Like I told her, if she caught me on camera with a gun that's smoking and literally smoking, and there's a dead body in front of me, don't even bother coming to blackmail me with it. Take it straight to the police. Don't even bother coming to blackmail me with it. Go straight to law enforcement. I want to deal with them, not you. I prefer to deal with them, not you. Because your brand of what you call justice, I don't know. Because let's just say another angle is she believes she's law enforcement. She believes that she's an FBI agent, or she's a CIA operative, or whatever. Or she's NSA. Or she's President Guard. I don't know, whatever. Whatever drama is going on in her head, or her boyfriend's head, whatever they make themselves believe to pump each other up. You know? I don't know what title she gives herself in her head. Let's go to the police. I prefer to deal with them than her. I prefer to deal with the real law enforcement than her. Because her brand of what she calls justice seems like it spells injustice to me. It spells terrorizing people, demoralizing people, taking away my basic human rights, treating me like a piece of garbage, like a piece of meat. Stole every fucking thing from me. Obviously, somebody stole something. or they're live streaming me, because what the fuck else would this be if they're not monetizing this in some way? What the fuck is she doing? If they're not monetizing this in some way, what the hell is she doing here? What is this about? And where are they getting all this money to hire people to fuck with me? Where? Where would they get it from? He's working and sending her his hard-earned money. No, that's not going to happen. No court of law would believe that. No. For what? For what? You don't like me to the point where you have to kill me? It's been a year and a half. How much fucking hatred can you have? At some point it becomes not even hatred. It becomes a vendetta against one woman then. I mean, how insane is that? Where are they getting all this money to pay these people? It comes back to the real question. Where are they getting it from? Isn't it? To hire gang stalkers, you have to have money. Where are they getting it from? Are the people doing it on credit? Okay, I personally don't have any money that I know of that I created with my own two hands, except for my business, which is being shot to hell every day. They're doing it on credit, right? Let's just assume they're doing it on credit to be paid later. Fuck with her. When she dies, you'll get the money. All everything we owe you will be paid. How? Where are they still gonna get it from? Life insurance on me? So then it's really not purely impersonal. It's not purely personal. It's just business transaction too in the end. What, did it tax some life insurance on me? Or do you have people lined up to see what will happen if I die, or as I'm dying to see what happens? So then it's not really not a combination of just purely hatred, like I run over their dog or their cat. There's a business transaction as well. It's all about the money in the end. It's all about money in the end. It's all about money, because where the fuck are they getting the money to hire these people to do this? Where would they get them from? Where would they get them from? This doesn't make any sense to me at all whatsoever.